What's up, you guys? It's your girl Loverlee, and I am back with another video. As you can see from the thumbnail and the title, in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys another balloon garland tutorial. Shout out to the sponsor for today's backdrop, UBackdrop. I'll be using the same shimmer wall that I used in our Christmas collaboration. To do this Valentine's Day collab, I'm going to be showing you guys how to put together a full balloon garland on this shimmer wall. I'm not sure how many panels I used. I will definitely leave it down here. I will count it after the video and just put it right there when I am editing the video. But if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel already, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and also leave me some comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. Let me know if it was helpful and if you love it. But without further ado, let's just get straight into this video. So for today's balloon garland, I'm going to be using 4 colors, and since it's Valentine's Day theme, I'm going to be using pinks and reds. So I'm using chrome mauve from Qualatex, rose pink from Qualatex, regular pink from Qualatex, and red from Qualatex. So these are the 4 colors I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be using 3 sizes: 5-inch, 11-inch, and 16 inches. I don't have 16 inches for all of the colors, but I do have for some, so it's going to be like a mixture of sizes all over the garland. Okay, you guys, so the materials I'm going to be using today is just my handy dandy Amazon pink pump, my hand pump, and also some 260 balloons to help with attaching my garlands to my backdrop. And that is basically it, apart from the sign that I'm going to be adding to the backdrop later on, and all of my other latex balloons. I'm not going to be using any like foil balloon accents. I do have some heart foil balloons, but I don't think that it'll fit this type of garland, so I'll use it in the tutorial that I'm doing after this one. So I'm basically going to be inflating the balloons and showing you guys how I create my clusters, and then show you guys how I attach all of my clusters to make the full length of garland. So for this balloon garland, I'm going to be doing the color block method. If you're not sure about what the color block method is, it's basically just not mixing the colors together. It's like if I'm making a cluster of 8 or 6, it's only one solid color that I'm going to be using for every section of the balloon garland. The other method is basically like tying 2 different color balloons together, but for this method I'm going to be only color blocking. I'm just going to start inflating my balloons. I'm using 16 inches and 11 inches for the base of my garland, and then the 5-inch balloons are going to come in later on to use as fillers. So when I'm making my balloon garlands, I love when my balloons have a round shape. So this right here right now is a cone shape, and we don't want that. So basically what you do is press down on the balloon a little bit while opening up your index finger and your thumb to release some air from the balloon. Don't open it too much, just a little bit, just so some air can be released from the balloons while you're pressing and giving your balloon a round shape. So now with doing that, we have a more round shape comparing to the cone shape. I'm going to repeat the same step for my 11-inch balloon. So here I have my 16 inches and here I have my 11 inches. And you can do the same thing if you're only using one size. So if these were 2 11-inch balloons, I will still make one of my balloons bigger than the other. That do give your balloon garland a more organic look. So never make all of your balloons the same size. If you want to make your organic balloon garlands, make sure that one of your balloons are bigger than the other. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same steps and get 3 more pairs so I can make my cluster of 8. Okay guys, so now I have 4 pairs of my pink balloon. All I'm gonna be doing is wrapping them. I wrap them around 3 or 4 times to make sure that they're secured. So now I just have a quad. A quad is just 4 balloons. I'm gonna go ahead and add another pair to it. And now I have my cluster of 6, and I'm gonna add 1 more pair to it. So now I have my cluster of 8 balloons. I'm going to be repeating the same steps for the other colors. Some of the colors I don't have 16-inch balloons for, so I'll only be using 11-inch balloons. So it won't be as big as these clusters, but we're just building the base for now. I'm gonna show you guys later on how to make your clusters look full if you don't have any 16 inches in the clusters. So I'm gonna speed this video up right now and repeat the same steps for the other 3 colors. So I'm going to show you guys how you can still give your balloon garlands a more organic look even if you still have one size. So these are 11-inch balloons, and I'm going to make the I'm going to give them a more round shape. So I want one of my balloons to be bigger than the other, so I'm gonna keep this one this size and then deflate this a little bit more. So now I have my 2 balloons. They're 11 inches, but one is bigger than the other. Then I just tie it, and you repeat the same steps to make your cluster of 8. Okay guys, so I have all of my clusters right here. I'm not even sure how many clusters I have right now, but if I do want more throughout the video, I'll just inflate them off camera. But I have all of the clusters right here, and I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make my garland. I'm gonna be showing you guys how I attach them to make my full length of balloon garland. And for this backdrop, I want to take the garland all the way around, so on both sides and the top. So what I normally do for my garlands, I don't use any like 260s or fishing line to attach my clusters to make my garland. I just connect each cluster by the neck of a balloon that's in a cluster. All right guys, so what I mean by that is instead of using a fishing line to attach this cluster to another cluster, I'm gonna be finding one of the stretchiest neck of balloon that's inside the cluster. So I call these things the neck, like the tail of the balloon or whatever. So I'm gonna be finding like the stretchiest one. And then tying it to another cluster. So I'm gonna find another stretchy neck in this red cluster right here and attach it to the neck that I found in this pink one. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it makes my balloon garlands real tight and nice. Sometimes it's harder when you're using bigger balloons like these 16 inches. It makes it harder to tie it, so I will definitely suggest using 260s if it's not easy to tie the clusters together. Alright, so I have the regular pink, red, mauve, and then I'm gonna use rose pink since it's the last color. So here are all the colors together. This is only 4 clusters together. So I needed the length of this backdrop. So I think all I need is like 1 more cluster to make it the full length of the backdrop. So I'm gonna start again with a pink since that is what I started the bottom with. So I'm just gonna add a pink cluster to the top. And now I have my full length of garland. So I'm gonna make 2 more of these garlands just so I have them for the other 2 sides, and then I'll show you guys how I attach it to the backdrop. So the other 2 garlands are just gonna be a continuation of the first one. So since I ended with pink right there, I'm gonna start this one with red because red comes after. So this is only 4 clusters. I just checked and it's the exact length for the top part of my backdrop. So I'm just gonna leave it as that and use it as my second garland. And then the last garland for the other side of the backdrop, I'm just gonna make it the same length as the first one. Okay guys, so I'm done with all of my garlands. These are only my base because I will still have to add like more balloons to it if it's not chunky enough, and definitely have to add my 5-inch fillers to it later on. But now I'm going to show you guys how I'll be attaching the garlands to the backdrop, and I'll be doing so by using 260 balloons and just tying it on the stand. I'm using red and pink 260s just so it can blend in with my garland more. So when I'm attaching garlands to backdrops, I make sure that I put my point of contact, my tying points like in the main areas. Like for the top, I will definitely put 1 in the middle and like 2 on the ends, and for the sides I'll do the same thing. Put 1 at the bottom, 2 in the middle area, and 1 on the top section. Okay guys, so this is how I make my point of attachments. I make a little hoop with the 260, and then when it's time to attach the garland, I just wrap this part around an 11-inch balloon that's on the cluster just so it's secured. So I have multiple points of attachment on the backdrop. So I have like 4 on the sides, 3 on top, 4 on the other side, and definitely make sure that 1 is at the bottom of the stand just so your garland will be secured. Okay, you guys, so I just attached the first side and now I'm gonna attach this one to the top. First, I'm going to attach this cluster to that pink cluster up there by using the same method. Basically just using one of the stretchy necks in the cluster and tying it on one of those necks in that pink cluster. Then I'm gonna loop it around the 260 that's on the stand. Alright guys, so I just attached the base to the stand and now I'm at the point where I can do all of my fillings. So because the chrome mauve was the only color that didn't have any 16-inch balloons like the other colors, I will be using some more 11-inch chrome. I'll be using some more 11-inch chrome mauve to fill it in a little bit just so it's as big as these other clusters. So I'm just going to be using my leftover balloons that I already inflated and probably like attaching 4 more balloons to each of the chrome mauve clusters. And I don't think this side need as much, so I'm just going to add this 2 right here. You guys, so over this side need a little bit more pink, so I'm gonna go ahead and add like 4 more balloons, probably like 160 and 211s, I'm not sure yet. But the red is like overshadowing the pink, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill that in. Alright you guys, so I'm going to leave the top how it is right now and fix it later on when I'm adding all of the 5-inch balloons. And now I'm just going to focus on the bottom part. I want to give the bottom part of my garland a more flare look, so I'm just going to inflate extra balloons and just add it to the bottom to stretch it out a little bit more. Alright you guys, so I'm just going to be taking the color that comes next in the sequence to stretch the bottom out some more. So after the regular pink, it would be rose pink, so I'm going to be using that to stretch out this side. And over here, the chrome mauve would come after the red, so that is the color I'm going to be using to stretch out the bottom of this side. And then I'll be done with building the base of the garland. And I'm going to be attaching clusters of 2 or 3 to the cluster that's already attached to the stand by tying the neck, the same method I used to build a garland. Okay you guys, so we're at the end of the tutorial, but I did lose audio for this clip, so I'm going to be doing a voiceover. But all I'm doing is attaching my fillers to finish off the garland. I'm using 2 styles of fillers. I'm using the garland filler, which is the one that I'm installing right now, and I'm also going to be using the quad, which is just 4 5-inch balloons, and I'm using rubber bands to attach those to the garland. Okay guys, here is the final look for the Valentine's Day theme backdrop. Shout out to our sponsor for today's video, again, UBackdrop. If you guys would like to purchase this shimmer wall or any other product on their website, be sure to use my promo code Loverlee10 at checkout just so you guys could save some money. If you guys have any questions about this tutorial, or if you guys love the way this backdrop turned out, please let me know in the comment section down below. But be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Bye!